This is the Louie Tee Network.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie Tee? Welcome to lockdown coverage, week number 6 in the National Football League. Cleveland Browns in search of their first win of the season, taking on the Tennessee Titans in search of their first 2-game winning streak of the season. Titans looking to get back to 500 on the season and give themselves a chance to potentially get a share of first place depending on the outcome of Sunday night football. Big matchup for them. You got to win this game. If you have any aspirations of doing anything of note this season, if you're the Tennessee Titans, you got to beat the Cleveland Browns at home. Everybody else is doing it. Why not you? We'll get to the breakdown here in a second, but first and foremost, if this is your first time here, welcome to the Louie Tee Network and subscribe to the Louie Tee Network on YouTube for more great content in 2016 and beyond. Remember, keep this in mind, all right? I'm covering the entire league like a blanket. And if you're on Twitter, so am I. @InTheLabRoom is the Twitter handle. Go ahead and give me a follow. If you happen to be watching this video while I am doing this live feed and you're on Twitter as well, go ahead. Shoot me a message using the hashtag LouieTeeLive to have your comment read at the end of this breakdown. Also, I'm on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. All my social media platforms will be scrolling across the top there. As you can see, go ahead, subscribe to the Louie Tee Network. Follow me on Twitter, like the Facebook page, @InTheLabRoom on Twitter, @InTheLabRoom on Twitter, on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. Louie Tee Network is the YouTube channel. Subscribe. That being said, let's break this game down. As I love to do, likes, dislikes, banana in the tailpipe for these two football teams in this game. We start with the road team and their likes in the first half, which would be the Cleveland Browns in this case. First half likes, opening drive, field goal. Look, I would have loved to have seen them get in the end zone, as I always say when a team gets a field goal on the opening drive, but you want points regardless. 7-3, you would prefer it to be 7, but get something. Browns did that, especially after the Titans go down, march down the field. Their first play of the game, huge run by Marcus Mariota. They end up getting in the end zone to cap off that drive with a touchdown. You come back, your first play, big catch and run to Gary Barnidge to set you up in position to get a field goal. So love the way that you responded to giving up a touchdown on the opening possessions. Titans hadn't scored a touchdown on the opening possession in quite some time. You give it up. You respond by going back and getting points of your own in the form of a field goal. I did like that. End of the first half drive. 94 yards driving the football down the field to end the first half to get you a touchdown. Terrell Pryor with a great grab, double coverage. Kessler gave him a shot, and he went up and made a play between two Titans defenders, and that's what Terrell Pryor can do. It's what he brings to the game. And this is a guy that's only going to get better. We're going to talk about Terrell Pryor a little bit later on in this breakdown. Cody Kessler, I thought, was a guy that was strong in the first half, and really I thought he had a strong game. Let me ask you something about Cody Kessler. If you're a Browns fan, you tell me why. And maybe you hate this idea, because I look at the landscape of the quarterback position in college right now. None of these guys strike me as a guy that I want to spend the number 1 pick overall on. I'm not in love with Deshaun Watson right now. Deshaun Kaiser has been stinking it up in Notre Dame. And I'm going to tell you right now, Brad Kaya doesn't move the needle for me. So why would you want to spend the number 1 pick on a guy where you have holes on other places on your football team that you could go and fill, like maybe a dominant edge rusher? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Look, why can't Cody Kessler be the guy? I'm just asking the question. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't kill me. I'm just the messenger. Why can't Cody Kessler be the guy? Here's a guy coming off of an injury, took a shot last week against New England, had to lead a game, comes back. He's not 100%, doesn't really want to get hit. He takes a pounding in this game. Does he complain? No. He just gets up and continues to give his team a chance in this game. Didn't make any crucial mistakes. Thought he played a hell of a football game, and I thought he was excellent in the first half. I thought they were in this game 14-13 at the half because of Cody Kessler. And I thought he continued to play well in the second half, even though they punted a ton, had some drops, had a bunch of... This game was a flag fest, especially in the first half. They struggled. But I'm asking the question, why can't Cody Kessler be the guy? I just want to know. I saw a guy that went out and performed and balled in this game. I saw a guy that has been doing that just about since he's gotten an opportunity. I thought he played well against the Redskins. I thought until he got hurt against the Patriots, he was playing well in that game. I'm asking you, why can't Cody Kessler be the guy? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. First half likes for the Titans. Opening drive. Marcus Mariota with the run. And I'm going to talk about Marcus Mariota a little bit later on in this breakdown. But love when he runs the football. I think this Titans offense is more effective. And I told you, you got to run the football in Tennessee. I don't give a damn who it is. Marcus Mariota. I don't give a damn if it's DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry. I don't care. Don't care who it is. You just need to run the rock to be effective in Tennessee. Huge run on the first play of the game for the Titans with Mariota on read option. Sets up a touchdown pass to Rashard Matthews. Good to see Rashard Matthews 2 weeks in a row getting involved, getting a touchdown. Good to see him starting to really show up in Tennessee. Paid him some money. You asked him to be the guy. Now he's starting to make some plays. Kendall Wright with a 60-yard diving touchdown, and this was going to be a great game for Kendall Wright. And I've always had a thing for Kendall Wright. I've always felt like he was underrated. And if put in the right situation, this guy could be a really good receiver in this league. I don't think he's a number one, but if you ask him to be a 2 or a 3, I think he could be very serviceable in that role. And in this game, he was a standout. And I'm ready to see him get more opportunities. Why can't Kendall Wright be a bigger fixture in this offense? Why can't he be a bigger part of what they're doing offensively? I don't understand why not. And so this was one of those games where I look around and I say, why not Kendall Wright being a much bigger part of this offense? Why not? And I think moving forward, you got Delanie Walker. You're starting to get contributions from Rashard Matthews. Tajay Sharp is a nice rookie, and he'll come along at his own pace. Here's a guy right here that's been around for a while, a wily veteran that should be able to get open and should be able to make you some plays. He did it in this game. I'd like to see more from Kendall Wright moving forward. Huge game. Over 100 yards, bunch of grabs, a touchdown. He was a playmaker in this game for the Titans. You go to the dislikes in the first half. We go back to the Browns. Blocking it back negates a Duke Johnson big punt return. Like I said, ton of penalties in this game for both teams, especially the Browns. They were killing themselves. At one point, they had 5 consecutive punts in this game, and it happens when you have penalties. They kill drives. They stunt growth. Can't have all these penalties. That was a nice return by Duke Johnson, only to have it negated by a block in the back. You literally go from inside Titans territory to all the way back inside your own 20-yard line after the block in the back. Joe Schobert with a dropped interception on the first possession of the game. Marcus Mariota bust off like a 35, 40-yard run down the sideline. Gives his team great opportunity to get some points on the opening possession. And on the very next play, tries to give it all away with an interception. Hits Joe Schobert right in the hands. He drops the football. I understand he's a linebacker, doesn't have the greatest hands in the world, but if you want to win games in this league, you got to make those types of plays, man. That's an opportunity to change the game early, and Joe Schobert didn't do that with the dropped interception. Titans first half dislikes. Pass interference on McCourty down the sideline on Duke Johnson. I thought it was a horrendous call. I thought he was in great position. I didn't think he did anything to impede the receiver from catching the football. I thought it was great coverage. Turned out to be pass interference. I did not like that call. It led to a field goal. So you give away points on what I thought was a bogus call by the officials. Didn't like that PI on Jason McCourty. Ryan Suckup misses a 58-yard field goal to end the half. Look, I don't usually beat guys up for missing 58-yard field goals. Those aren't chip shots, okay? However, he showed me that he's got the distance, okay? It wasn't a matter of distance, which is usually the problem on a 58-yarder. It was accuracy. So if you show me that you can hit it from 58, then I want you to hit it from 58. And he missed. Missed an opportunity to give the Titans a 13-17 lead at the halftime break. So it is what it is. I'm not going to kill him. It's 58 yards. But you showed me you had the leg for it, so I need you to bang that home. You go back to the likes, and you go back to the Cleveland Browns, and we go to the second half. Tramon Williams with a nice interception of Marcus Mariota. Mariota rolling outside the pocket, trying to make something happen. Ill-advised throw across his body, back across the field, and Tramon Williams with a diving stab to pick it off. Big play for him and the Browns on the defensive side of the football. Terrell Pryor. Let's talk about Terrell Pryor because Terrell Pryor is a monster. And he's such a young and raw wide receiver. It's not even funny how far he's come in his maturation as a receiver. This is a guy that the sky's the limit for. If he continues to blossom and he can just focus on being a receiver, not have to worry about running wildcat and having a package set aside for him to actually be quarterback and just focus on being a receiver in his craft, this is a guy that could change the game at the receiver position for the Cleveland Browns. 2 touchdowns, some big plays. You're talking about a catch for a touchdown in double coverage. You're talking about a 4th down grab late in this game when they had to have it. He doesn't make this play. The game's over. There's no comeback. There's no 26-28 final. This game's done at 13-28. He goes up, again, double coverage, catches the football on 4th down, makes a play for his team. Terrell Pryor was huge, has been for them all season long, and it's only a matter of time before they win a game. And when they do, he's going to be a huge part of the reason why. I can't wait until they get all their stuff back because right now teams are keying in on Terrell Pryor. That's why he's getting double teamed. In the red zone, they're looking for number 11. 3rd and 9, they're looking for number 11 because there's no Corey Coleman right now. Because there's no Josh Gordon, and I don't know if there'll ever be any Josh Gordon. I don't think that that's a situation that you want to be able to rely on. And I'm not sure if they've cut ties with him or not. I don't think they cut him yet. But I just don't see Josh Gordon ever being a Cleveland Brown. But that aside, he's the one guy you got to worry about on this Browns offense right now at the receiver position. And they got a bunch of stuff. I saw Jarrett Payton out there, even though he didn't come down with 2 feet in bounds. Good to see him getting on the field. Ricardo Lewis has been sketchy at best. Haven't seen much from Rashard Higgins. This is the one guy that's doing anything until Corey Coleman comes back. So, damn, Terrell Pryor is a beast. I love him. I love watching him play, and sky's the limit for this guy. Resiliency and fight is my final like for the Browns. Look, they were down 28-13. They could have packed it in. But this is what I'm talking about with Cody Kessler. He showed the heart of a champion in this football game. He took shot after shot, rolling out, getting out, showed a lot more mobility than we gave him credit for coming out of the draft, out of USC. Was able to stick it. That 4th down throw, he took a shot, rolled out to his left, stopped, planted, threw all the way back across his body, all the way across the field to Terrell Pryor, who made a leaping grab over a defender. He gets walloped on that play, slow to get up. Remember, he's coming off of an injury the week before versus the Patriots. He could have easily checked out of this game. He took a beating in this game, but he kept getting up and he kept trying to make plays, including a diving attempt at a touchdown late in the ball game to try to get into the end zone. This guy wants it. Cody Kessler competed in this game, and it was his fight, his resiliency that helped his team come back late and make this a ball game. Why not Cody Kessler? I'm going to say it again. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Why not Cody Kessler? Big fight and resiliency in this game. They could have went to a corner and hid and said, okay, we're 0-6. Another loss for the Browns. Yeah. We know how this story ends. But they didn't do that. They went down the field. They got 2 touchdowns and gave themselves a chance. And a lot of that is because of Cody Kessler. And I love the resiliency and fight in this football team. Tennessee second half likes. Rashard Matthews, 43-yard diving stab. Thought this was one of his better games as a Tennessee Titan. Good to see him getting involved again. Kendall Wright getting involved. Rashard Matthews getting involved. That's what I want to see from the Tennessee Titans. Getting these receivers more involved in the offense. It all starts up front running the football, however. You run the football, play action fake should be viable, and it was in this game, and that's what I've been saying. Don't understand why play action fake isn't a bigger part of this offense, because the way you run the football, you should be able to stick that football in the belly of your back, pull it out, and Marcus Mariota should be able to take shots down the field. He did that in this game, and he was successful doing that in this game. Mariota's legs. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago when he was running, and I said, look, he needs to run the football more. When he runs and his legs are a huge part of the outcome, this team is better off because of it. Now, he doesn't need to take any hits. He did the smart thing in this game, sliding. Use your legs. That 40-yard run early in the game, first possession, first play, matter of fact, of the game, you got to make teams respect his legs. And what that does is it opens up rushing lanes from DeMarco Murray. So when you go and you run and you stretch and you hand that football off and Marcus Mariota carries out that fake, that backside defensive end can't squeeze down, can't be, you don't even have to block him. You know why? Because he's got to respect Marcus Mariota's legs coming out on that fake, carrying out that fake. That's what a guy running a football at the quarterback position affords his team, the ability to take one defender out of the play on just about every snap. Marcus Mariota, especially when you're handing the football off and carrying out a fake, and if he's running, this offense is much more dynamic. You saw it in this game. Brian Orakpo, 7 sacks, gets another one in this game. Orakpo has been outstanding this season, continues to put pressure, beat Joe Thomas for a sack in this game. Orakpo continuing to get the job done. I think he's having an outstanding campaign for this Titans defense. Kendall Wright, I kind of spoke about him earlier. Just want to see this guy be more involved in this offense. It was a tremendous day for him, and I think he can be one of those guys that becomes a blanket of sorts for Marcus Mariota in the passing game. I think Delaney Walker is that right now. Why can't Kendall Wright become a bigger part of this offense? He's a veteran. He knows the ins and outs of where to be on the football field, how to sit down in zone coverage, how to come back and make himself an available target when Mariota is scrambling outside of the pocket. He's a guy that should be able to win a lot of one-on-one matchups. Get Kendall Wright the football. He had a great game. Great fourth quarter, time-consuming touchdown drive. This one really put the game out of reach. At the time, it's 21-13. Browns still hanging around. Titans move it down the field, get into the end zone. Like I said, time-consuming drive, ate up a nice chunk of that fourth quarter clock, shortened the game, and then took that commanding 15-point lead. And that was the exclamation point on this victory. Now, the Browns made it close and tough at the end, but that was a great drive, capped off by the feathery soft touch pass from Mariota to Anthony Fasano, who got into the end zone and got them the 28-13 lead. Dislikes in the second half. Penalties for the Browns. They were rampant in this game. Too many damn penalties. You're going to win a game this season. You can't beat yourself, okay? Can't have all the mistakes. Can't have all the penalties. Too many penalties for the Cleveland Browns in this game. The biggest dislike in the second half, however, is a coaching blunder. And when you've never been a head coach before, Hugh's been one previously, so I don't want to say that, but you can't make this type of mistake. Hugh knows better. He should know better. I need Hugh to be better, okay? You know better, do better, all right? That's the rule to the game. You can't go for 2 after that first touchdown. The name of the game is extending the game, okay? The only way you extend the game there is by going for the extra point. You score that touchdown. It is now 19-28. You're down 9. You kick the extra point, which will give you a chance being down 8 at 20-28. You get the onside kick, which is magnificent. Okay? Now you got a shot to tie the game if you score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. That's called extending the game. You have to extend the game. If you don't get the 2-point conversion, guess what? You're still down 2 scores. Not enough time for that. And you can't expect to get not 1, but 2 onside kicks. Extend the game. Kick the extra point. Hugh Jackson failed his team there. You cannot go for 2 in that situation. They failed to get it. Now you're down 9. Now that touchdown that you get late in the ball game, moot point, because even if you score the 2-point conversion, you're still down 1. Even if you kick the extra point, you're still down 2. You cannot go for 2 after that first touchdown. Extend the game. Bad coaching on the part of Hugh Jackson cost his team at the end of this game. Hugh going for 2 was the biggest dislike I had in this entire ball game for the Browns. Tennessee Titans second half dislikes. Marcus Mariota throwing the interception. Look, on that particular play, I thought he could have run. He wouldn't have gotten the first down. I don't think there was a defender bearing down on him. Would have probably either escorted him out of bounds or delivered a shot if Mariota doesn't get down or get out of bounds. I didn't have a problem with him getting rid of the football, but you got to be more aware of what's going on. You can't throw an interception there. Don't help the opposition. Now, ultimately, they didn't get anything out of that interception, but it doesn't matter. Don't give them great field position, which is what you did on that interception. Got to eliminate the boneheaded decisions and plays, and that's going to really help this Titans team along. End of the game defense and failed onside kick recovery. Look, this game should have been over at 28-13. Should have been over. Had this game in hand, had a number of different opportunities to get off the field on 4th down situations, and you just could not close the show. Don't let this game be closer. You made your fans sweat for what? Why? Put this game away, man. Don't make your guys at home sweat. For what? Let them be comfortable. You're up 15 in the 4th quarter versus an 0-5 Browns team. Put them away. Several 4th down opportunities. They converted every single one of them and got back into this game. Kick the onside kick. Okay, fine. They scored a touchdown. They were dumb. They went for 2. They didn't get it. This game is over. You're up 9. Get this onside kick. Put this game out of reach. Okay? Take your knees. Get this game over with. You bobble the onside kick. They recover. Give up another touchdown. Now you got to go through another onside kick, which you still didn't recover, but it went out of bounds. Let's not make this thing harder than it is, okay? Win the game. Win it comfortably. You deserve that. You earned that. So do that. Outside of that, thought that this was a game that the Browns needed to win. I said if they didn't win this game, I don't know when they're going to get one. And I don't know when they're going to get one. This was a golden opportunity to get one on the road. Thought Cody Kessler gave you an opportunity and the defense just didn't make enough plays. And it's a shame because I thought that there were some good things done in this game, but too many penalties, too many mistakes. Can't have those mistakes and expect to win, especially when you're on the road. Banana in the tailpipe for me is going to go the way of the Tennessee Titans. You're 3-3 now, 2 wins in a row. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And I don't think Titans fans are falling for the banana in the tailpipe that this team is going to all of a sudden compete for the AFC South crown. But why not? Why not? You're 1 game out of first. Could have had a share of first if Indy wins, but they didn't. But you got to continue to play good football. You got to be more consistent. This is exactly the blueprint for winning. Run the football. Mariota doesn't throw it over 25 times. This is the blueprint for winning right here. Take your shots down the field. Run the football. Take your shots down the field. This is the blueprint for me. Mariota, 17-24. That's right around the wheelhouse where I want him every game. He starts throwing it north of 30 times, you have a problem. Either you're losing in the game or you're throwing it way too much. I didn't think Derrick Henry got enough touches in this game. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. I already told you this before. I don't care who runs the football. Just make sure you run the football. DeMarco Murray had 20-some-odd carries. Mariota ran it another 5 to 7 times. Henry got 1 or 2 touches. That's fine. I don't care who runs it. Just run it. You did that. It sets up play action fake. You take your shots down the field. Look what happens. You get some big plays. You end up getting in the end zone. That's what I want to see from this Titans offense. That's what I've been clamoring for. That's what I got in this game, and you get another victory. Let's check your comments, see if you got anything to say. Nothing on Twitter, and I don't have any comments in the comment section, so that's going to do it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and remember, if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on Lockdown Coverage. Browns fall short again. Titans get the win, 28-26. Titans go to 3-3 on the season, get back to 500. And they're right there in the thick of things in the AFC South, one game out of first place. Meanwhile, the Browns continue to find it tough to win. They're now 0-6, and at some point they're going to get one. They're going to get one at some point this season. I just don't know when. This was the one to get, and you didn't get it. So now, I don't know when you're going to get it. We'll see. But remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. I'll be back a little bit later on. Got some games to watch. The next one you should expect, Jags at Bears, among others. I'll see you a little bit later on. Have a good one.